my face. Cause it have Christmas rice in the corner and ginger beer over there. I to go down by Sister Anna and take it she word on the rocking chair. You got to get food for your soul, more than food for your body. So this Christmas give me Jesus first, which was spiritual thirst. You got to get food for your soul, more than food for your body. So this Christmas give me Jesus first, which was spiritual thirst. My belly full right now from the physical food, but I got a hunger. I feel a word from the Father. Genesis to Malachi, Matthew to Revelation, Matthew to Revelation. Father God, you are inspiration. You got to get food for your soul, more than food for your body. So this Christmas, give me Jesus first, which was spiritual thirst. You got to get food for your soul, more than food for your body. So this Christmas, give me Jesus first, which was spiritual thirst. You got to get food for your soul, more than food for your body. So this Christmas, give me Jesus first, which was spiritual thirst. You got to get food for your soul, more than food for your body. So this Christmas, give me Jesus first, which was spiritual thirst. Oh gosh, give me food for my soul. Give me food for my soul. Price lights with them. Blow masters. Tell them again. Oh God. Last year I eat black cake, sponge cake, this cake, that cake. All kind of cake till I start get headache on the pastel. From Tanty Mabel, it go down so good with the homemade so well and the pay me. From the lady, it remind me I got to check Sister Jenny when I gone. To check Sister Jenny, hear what Sister Jenny tell me. You got to get food for your soul, more than food for your body.
Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. How is everybody doing? It's now 2:15. I know this is not a voice that you would hear at this time. I'm just holding on. I'm holding on for Miss Julia Davy. She sends her love and, peace to everybody. She had some stuff to deal with today, and she just asked me to hold on for her and let you all know that she will be back with you tomorrow at the same time, 2 o'clock. So make sure and don't touch your dial. Stick and stay right on the Street 909 FM. All right. So Miss Julia Davy, who you normally would hear at this time, I am just sitting in for her. I am trying my best to fill the spot, but it's a difficult thing to do, to try and fill this spot where Miss Julia Davy is in. But again, I am saying, saying to you that she is sends out her, love and everything. So this afternoon, I asked Miss Davy, I said, what were you going to deal with today? Is there anything specific that you wanted me to talk about, or you wanted me to kind of hold on for you for? And she said to me, Google, I really wanted to just continue the discussion on the budget, and I wanted for you, just to hear the people's views on it. And she said to me, whatever else you feel led to do, she said, I know that you're capable and able enough to do. But again, as I said, so Miss Davy sends out her love to everybody. I need to keep saying it because you need to keep reminding people. That this is not my spot. This is Miss Davy's spot, and I'm just sitting in for Miss Davy just for today only. All right, just for today only, I am sitting in for Miss Davy. All right, so I make sure and do the house announcements, letting you know that she's all right and she sends her love. Trinidad and Tobago. So it's, as I said to you, it's time that we, settle down as a nation and really try to see how we can move past this COVID-19. And the situation is not just for Trinidad and Tobago, but it's all around the world. When you sit and you listen to BBC, Al Jazeera News, and you listen to all the different news sites that are, bringing you information that is going on, you realize that everybody is in a dire need. You know? Everybody is in a situation that, you know, you need to work together to come out of. So I am hearing and seeing where I think there's news of Tobago business people. We were talking yesterday, and I played you a clip from the chairman of the Tobago Business Owners Association. All right, and she would have voiced her take on what's going on in Tobago. And I allowed you to share your views on it. And I saw today that there are some other business owners who may generally be sharing her view. So I'm going to try to get one of them on the phone line in a little bit for him to share his view on what's going on in Tobago. The other thing too that I wanted to touch on is I'm hearing people talking about the age group, the age for pension. So there are some people saying that the age group for the pensioners has gone to 65. All right, so 65 and you... All right, so 65.
Single place. So Father, give me your word. I will stuff my face. Moses have Christmas rice in the corner and ginger beer over there. I have to go down by Sister Anna and taking she word from the rocking chair. You got to get food for your soul, more than food for your body. So this Christmas, give me Jesus first. Quench my spiritual thirst. You got to get food for your soul, more than food for your body. My belly full right now from the physical food, but I got a hunger. I feel a word from the Father. Genesis to Malachi, Matthew to Revelation, Matthew to Revelation. Father God, you are inspiration. You got to get food for your soul, more than food for your body. So this Christmas, give me Jesus first. Quench my spiritual thirst. You got to get food for your soul, more than food for your body. So this Christmas, give me Jesus first. Quench my spiritual thirst. You got to get food for your soul, more than food for your body. So this Christmas, give me Jesus first. Quench my spiritual thirst.
Right, so back with you. So the discussion all over. I'm hearing people. I heard a political guru yesterday evening doing a live, and the political guru is saying that the political guru is saying to his viewers and their listeners, and you know, I saw a popular talk show host from a television station did a live, and he was talking about the gas station and all and stuff like that. But I wanted to talk about the 65-year-old pension that some people have a problem with. Some people saying that they need to not touch that. And I kind of sat down and I was talking to someone, I was talking to one of my friends, and I said to them, I said, doesn't the budget have to be debated? And hasn't there ever been a time where there's a budget debate and the minister may have recommended or would have proposed something in the budget and would have had to change it because of public outcry? I think there may have been situations like that. But again, there is a debate that has to happen with the budget. All right? 1, 2, 65. People are complaining and curling and saying about, you know, a 65-year-old, you work so hard and you want to retire and get your pension, and no, you can't get your pension at 65. And on my way to work this morning, well, I normally take the water taxi, but I normally take a taxi from where I live to San Fernando, because I live Pleasantville. So if you don't know that, well, now you know. So while I'm traveling to San Fernando in a taxi, I like to listen to conversations. Most of the times I don't say anything, because from the time I open my mouth, people that say, but you is not Google. Oh. I say, yeah. So I sat down in the taxi And I was listening to the conversation because I had an elderly lady, a young person, the driver is a young man, and myself. Yeah, we were in the taxi and talking, and the elderly lady said, you know, she's going to turn 65 in February. And she's going to work. And she said that I want to work. She said that if I feeling that I could work till I reach, 70. And she was there and she's saying, that it's only in the Caribbean, and she was saying, and certain parts of the Caribbean and certain parts in the world, people, just retiring at 60, is a real colonial thing. It's not in the first world, people don't retire at 60, and she was there and she was explaining on and she was expressing herself. And I sat down and I listened to the conversation. And she had a point where she was saying that, there are people who are at 60 who want to work. And there was, now some people have a problem with allowing a 60-year-old person work. And, there are people who are 65 and could still hold the end. And I sat down and I listened to her. I know of persons in the UK who, past 65 and they're still nurses, they come back after retirement, they would come and do bank shifts, right? But so I'm listening to her and she's there and she's explaining on and asking she asking the person next to her, so what do you think about the budget and what do you think about the 65? And the person said to her, the young lady said to her, she was like, it's like she saw it as, when you it's like you're saving your money as a child, you're saving, and your parents said to you, when you reach 25, I'll give you all the money that you save. And a situation happens in the home where the father gets sick and everybody has to pool their money together to take care of the father. And this is what the young lady is saying, She said, and while everybody is pooling their resources together to take care of the father, you reach you reach 25, where your mother and father had promised you the money, and your mother has to sit with you now and say to you, well, when daddy was sick, we had to take the money to take care of daddy. And give the mother saying to you now, give me 5 more years and I will give you what you saved. That's what the mother is, that's what the young lady is saying that the mother would have asked. And she said, that's how I see it. That's how she saw the pension situation. The country is sick. The world is sick. And the economies all over the world is limping. And at this time, we're asking for you to give your savings to help build back or give medical care that is needed. And I sat down and I said, what? For a young lady, whoa. Then the driver would have picked up on the conversation and said, but why you upset about, why would people be upset about something that they didn't have in the first place? And then he said something about people were saying that they were going to cut old age pension. And he said when he think about people going to, when you think about this saying that they're going to cut old age pension, it means that if you were getting 3,005, they would have cut the 5. He says, so this discussion that people want to have about, yes, they did cut old age pension because if you were going to get it at 65 and you ain't get it at 65, it means that they cut it. And, and I was sitting and I listened. And I said to myself, wow, the discussions are continuing all over Trinidad and Tobago. And it's your opportunity and it's your turn to continue the discussion. See, I'm seeing where the union that is in charge of workers on the port is saying that if the port is privatized, people are going to lose jobs. I think I saw a figure of 1,300. Yeah, 1,300 persons would lose jobs if they privatize the port. I don't know. I still have to sit and hear the feasibility of how they come up with that figure. Because I'm hearing on the other hand, where I was listening to Mr. Conwell Ellen, and he was saying that if they privatize the port, there might just be more job opportunities. So I don't know. We're hearing conflicting sides, but that is what a budget debate happen. It's just like when you're doing a budget home, and people sit home and they debate. Well, why we have to cut this, or why that, or why not this, or why not that. So you always hear the different sides of how things go. I was also listening to the debate on another frequency. I was listening to the discussion about the gas stations, the privatizing of the gas stations. And it was really interesting to hear the manager of Unipet. And he was saying that if we are pegging our gas prices off of international price, and I remember, and that's what Trinidadians sometimes we rarely forget, or sometimes we play games, right? I remember when oil prices dropped, people were asking, gas prices dropped, people were asking the question, how it is gas prices didn't drop at the pump? Local people, we are asking that. And now we are saying that once local people, so when the government own it, government has more restriction on how much we pay for gas. And once it's privatized, oh gosh, you're going to choke out our eyes. And Unipet is saying that is not true. If they are pegging the gas price at international standard, they cannot choke out your eye. That's what the manager of Unipet is saying. And I plan to get him on the air, not today, because as I said, I was asked to hold on for Ms. Davy today. But I'm going to try my best before the end of the week to try to get the manager of Unipet on the phone line for him to explain to Trinidad and Tobago. So those are some of the things that are on my mind. Those are some of the discussions in the public domain. What again I heard on the public domain? I heard something else in the public domain. So again, let me say this. I'm making sure I'm putting it out there that I am holding on for Miss Julia Davy. I am not, this is not my spot. All right, this is Miss Davy's spot, and I'm holding on for her because she has some urgent, pressing issues to deal with.
Flow masters. Last year I eat black cake, sponge cake, this cake, that cake, all kind of cake till I start get headache on the pastel. From Tanty Mabel, it go down so good with the homemade sorrel and the pay me. From the lady, it remind me I got to check Sister Jenny and when I gone to check Sister Jenny. Hear what Sister Jenny tell me. You got to get food for your soul, more than food for your body. So this Christmas give me Jesus first, quench my spiritual thirst. You got to get food for your soul, more than food for your body. So this Christmas give me Jesus first, quench my spiritual thirst. Hey, gone my sister Martha, hear what she tell me. Love your neighbor like yourself, love your wife like Christ loved the church. So I tell she to bring out the turkey, and I tell she to bring out the ham. Don't forget me yam, cause you know I's a countryman. You got to get food for your soul, more than food for your body.
All right, Trinidad and Tobago, I'm back with you. All right, and so that is what is on my mind. Those are some of the discussions that are happening when budget is concerned. And as I said before, Ms. Davy said to me that she would have wanted to hear people's response and people's view on the budget, and to give people a fair hearing on what are their thoughts, how they feel. Oh, yes, I forget to talk about this one. So I'm seeing also where used car dealers are saying that their company, most of them, may have to close because, if you have to bring in a foreign used car, from what I heard the minister said, it has to be 3 years old. 3 years old. And some people are saying that is unfair. So how much years it was before? 5? 10? So that's some of the discussions, that's some of the topics. That's some of the things that people are talking about. I am seeing Trinidad and Tobago. This is an interesting time. All right, this is an interesting time. I've listened to Bishop T.D. Jakes talk about Florida and what people are going through in Florida. I've looked at BBC News, I've looked at Al Jazeera News and see what's happening in different parts of the world. And let me tell you something, it is not easy. People are already foreclosure happening on people's homes in America. Some people living on the street. And we I don't know, like some people just believe that, there is money put down and just give me what I want. And it's sometimes you just have to sit back and think. So people are saying, I save, I pay money in NIS to get my pension. No, you want to tell me I have to wait till I'm 65? Interesting. I was just allowed just to hear the views. So I'm going to allow you to talk. All right, you can call me on 342-0081. 342-0081. All right, 771-1791. 466-5391. Hello, good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon, sir.
But a lot of I guess the people in Trinidad don't want the change, and a lot of the people who travel will understand what is going on here, who are accustomed traveling. But those who haven't traveled and gone to any place, they will find all kind of things because change must come. The only thing don't change is the cemetery. That's the only place don't change because there is death in there all the time. Anyway, I find sometimes, my property, I could tell everybody no way outside, my property is in Providence, Rhode Island. In Providence, Rhode Island, just about 3 blocks, there's another county which is called Cranston. One gas station sells for 79 cents per liter. Just across Cranston, it's 89 cents. So I just drive across and pull my tank. Different gas stations sell different price, and it's the same gas you're buying, the same quality gas. And every gas station sell different. We want to sell different and whatever, but they cannot go over. They cannot go over a certain amount. They must, because competition, plenty gas stations, 3-4 gas stations in a line, and everybody saying 4 cents less, 3 cents less, 10 cents less, and everything. We have to adapt the change. And that's what we have to do. So Trinidadians, let's get adjusted. And people all around the world, want to know how Trinidadian life moving so easy. They want to come here and live. I know I talk to people all about this, boy, they have it easy out there, boys. But Trinidadians just don't want the change. They want everything easy, and they must not work. I say privatize a whole lot of things. If you privatize the docks, a lot of people get jobs. A lot of people leave work. If there are people working up to 60, people up to 65 and they want to go more. If there are people, if you're getting $3,000, $3,500 when you're done work, and while you're working, you're getting $9,000, and you're 65 and more because of your professional. You want to work, you want to stop working, or you get in line with the gear. And when you're done with 65, you're done work, find something to do. And always save all your money, so when you're done work, you will have some change in and put it at good use. Don't spend everything and say, when I'm done again, pension and I no. Save some money. So when you reach a certain age, you will have something, at least if you can give it. It's better dead and live than to live and want. Put aside something. Trinidad and Tobago, love is the answer.
Thank you very much, Manu. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you?
I am blessed.
I am a listener. I always listen. You know who I am already. I'm a listener.
Yes,
when I call you, still listen. But I have one thing to say. They don't only remember what this government is doing, but they don't remember what the other government used to do. I remember when they cut the old age pension to 1,500. When Colin and both of them came in, they added up 500 to 2,000. They didn't remember that. You understand? But everything, what is happening, they want to say this will not happen and that will not happen. But what happened before, they don't remember. Okay?
Okay.
I am a pensioner, and I looked on and I'm listening.
Thank you very much.
Santa Cruz.
Thank you very much, Miss Santa Cruz. Thank you very, very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, Pastor Lugo.
Hi, good afternoon, sir.
What people need to understand, what the gentleman was speaking about a while ago, the gas actually fluctuates at the pump. So today, you might see it for one price. Tomorrow, the same gas station, you will see it for another price. It goes with the rise and fall, something dealing with the oil. I know it goes with something like that. But at the pump in the States, today you would see it one price, tomorrow you would see it another price. So different gas stations might carry one price today, tomorrow you see them with a different price. Put it into the pension. I structure my life to retire at age 60. So beyond that is more enjoyment for me. And we work most of our lives taking care of our family and building a legacy for our family. But most people don't really enjoy the life as of now, which people need to do. Enjoy yourself as of now. I mean, we have a pandemic where you can't be free to do what you want right now. But in the little space of time, start to live your life. Enjoy the benefits that you work for. Enjoy it now. So I'm looking forward to retire at age 60. But it may not be possible. If there is it, I don't have a choice. But I'm looking forward to retire at age 60. Hi, Dr. Anderson.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Hi, afternoon.
Pastor Google, my dear, let me tell you. We have an aging population. People are living longer. Pastor Google, you see that pension from NIB and so? In a few years' time, the actuaries who have done their research is going to crash. Right? So it's either to increase the contribution from the working population who can then assist the pensioners, right? And that's going to crash. So there are many things at stake, hence the reason the government has increased the age, or at least put it there as a proposal. It's nothing cast in stone. Put it as a proposal. We have an aging population, medication, technology, and so people are able to live longer. And because of that now, at 60 and so on, it's going to be a real heavy burden on the state to pay all these pensions. What will happen? You understand? So if people work a little longer, make more contribution, then those coming after will be able to sustain them and so on. And that's what this is about. It's about an aging population based on technology and medication, right? So blessings to you, my dear. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm looking at BBC News, and I'm seeing where coronavirus, almost 900 Manchester airport job cuts. Hello. Good afternoon.
Sorry, dear Pastor Google. I don't mind the government do a survey and just to hear what the public have to say in general. If that's to raise the NIS payment or extend the pension time, so the retirement age. So because I prepare myself, I already structure my life retiring at 60. I telling you, I prefer to pay more now on the NIS and retire at 60. So it's something, I mean, well, like the lady said, and like the government, is nothing enshrined in stone. So it's something that they could debate.
And that's what the budget debate is about.
Yeah. So I welcome that. I welcome that.
And the budget debate is about that. sometimes people make it the way how some people are arguing or some people are putting it across is as if it's cast in stone. That is it. Once he said that, that is it. It have no debate. It have no discussion. You never know. You never know what can happen.
Correct.
You never know what can happen. You can come. You can today or tomorrow.
Also, Pastor Google, they need to do a serious audit into that NIB, because I talking about where I calculate my amount of contributions. I working over 28 years for the company, and with the assistance from somebody, I got a readout from National Insurance. And I talking about, I seen 32 contributions 1 year, 4 contributions 1 year.
Well, here what I would do. Here what I would Caller, here what I would try to do. I'm going to try to do a letter inviting somebody from the National Insurance Board to come on the areas and clear up some of the misinformation, disinformation, and all those things.
Because I have all my pay slips, and even though some fade over a period of time, I mean, you could work with a few, because once you have a year-end pay slips showing this is the amount of money you contribute to NIS, and even I started even photocopy some just to have it as collateral.
Yeah.
Because I remember when you reach retirement age and this not in order, don't feel you retire today and at the end of the month you collect an NIS or no, it don't work so.
Yeah.
Everything has to be in order.
Yes.
And I telling you, it has companies doing their things proper, and NIB is not.
Well, as I said, I'm gonna invite them to come in and share with the nation how this thing go. All right.
I welcome that meeting.
Thank you very much, sir.
Pleasant day to you.
So this evening on Iwer Stage, Wednesday the 7th of October, 8 p.m., we have worship featuring Jazzy and Fahrenheit in the band. So be a part of it. You can't afford to miss it. And prepare yourself to make a contribution to the gospel artist this evening through FundMe TT. So remember, you can tune in and be a part of the dynamic series of concerts on Iwer Stage. One-on-one with the artists. So remember, you can see us on the Street 919 FM Facebook page, Neil Iwer George Facebook page, Iwer George Instagram, Iwer George TV, and the Street YouTube page. And this is sponsored by Tuco, taking care of business through music. Taking care of our business through our music. And Pantry Bagel, U Store, and Lady Hills Avenue, San Fernando. Be a part of Iwer Stage this evening. Hello, good afternoon, caller.
Yes, Pastor Google. Hello?
Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah, Pastor Google. Concerning the NIS2, I think the government, they can't do it on a breakdown too with the age.
Mm-hmm.
They say they do it in like, yeah, instead of 65, you can do it for 62, 64, and you're doing it in a kind of shifting basis.
Right.
I think they can do that too, because I am
and basically what you're saying is like, okay, so the young lady who would have drawn the example this morning when she said when her mother would have said to her, okay, well, give me 5 more years to save back your money, she could say, well, mommy, you know, every week or every month you could give me 200 and that would make up the money.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying?
Yeah, because I check in, I just know next 4 years I go with 60, and now if you send back that 65 now. You're throwing me back. So that means I had to come now and make our next plan.
Well,
Yeah.
you know how it just goes sometimes.
Well, that is it.
All right.
All right.
Thank you very much for calling, and your suggestion is well noted.
Okay then.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Food for your soul, more than food for your body. So this Christmas.
So what the gentleman is saying is that do it in dosage. Don't give it in full blown. You know, give me a little dose. So start off with a certain percentage of a certain age groups, and and I can understand where he's coming from in the sense that, you know, he just have about how much more years again, he said, that is before he turns 65, you know what I mean? So people are making their suggestions, and that's what I'm talking about. We are behaving as though our budget is our law, you know, and nothing can change or nothing can't be discussed. That's why they have a budget debate. And that's why when I listen to certain presenters and certain persons who talking and pontificating and giving their views, I wonder, I said, but if there's going to be a budget debate, then it shouldn't have any. If everything is cast in stone, then it shouldn't have any budget debate, and we should have just take whatever the Minister of Finance say and forget everything else. Forget every other suggestion, because, you know, hey, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello,
Concerning the NIB, I think it's up to 2013 you could go into NIB itself, let me say the branch on Rice Road or Barrett area, and get it. And the other 7 years now, where you are being employed, they would have that data. They don't carry the data to NIB one time. It does be where you're employed. That information is where your national insurance and your employment agency will have it. If you was showing me.
I was showing me.
Right. And what the government have to do, well, you see, like they ain't filling no vacancy. But within now and 2025, they have to employ over 20,000 people in the government service. If you was showing you. For them to equalize the payments going out to people that reach the age from 60. So the age of 65 now, it will give each worker that 5-year period to prepare to receive both NIS and your social welfare pension. If you was watching, that's how I watch it, if you understand me. While making the contribution, in the end, I think they just give you some kind of a little incentive now. So for that period, you pass the amount of payments you're supposed to make, I think people have received some money. Thank you very much. You can look into that for me.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yes, Pastor Guru. I used to work, and I worked 22 years for this company. And when I received my NIS, they tell me that I am missing a year. And I work right through for 22 years, but they tell me I'm missing a year. I should pay them a year. I don't know what year they were speaking about. That's how it is with the NIV. So people have to look out for that when they're retiring.
Right.
And if the government can check on that and make some kind of adjustment to find out where the thing does happen, that would be good. I'm not looking for any rebate, but that's what happened to me.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yes, good day.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Let me inform you on this. NIS is 65 years when you join NIS. Retirement is 65 years. For some reason, the politics they bring it to 63 years. And then another political people bring it to 60 years. So what people used to be doing, they will reach 60 years, resign, 2 weeks of retirement, go to NIS, collect NIS, and go back on the job. And that is one of the things that is licking up NIS. Plus, thousands of employers is not paying the NIS for the employees. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, caller. Thank you very, very much for your contribution. All right, I appreciate it a whole lot. All right, so we're going for a break in a short bit. All right, and continue to take your calls on Street 919 FM, and you can send me a voice note also on 771-1791. So we're discussing I'm sitting in for Miss Julia Davy, and we're discussing the budget. Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Google, good day.
Good afternoon, sir.
That gentleman now highlights something there.
Yeah.
And it's something the government need to look into. Because a lot of employers, just as he says, taking out NIS from the people's salary and not paying it. And that is a serious thing. These are things, and they're talking about that is defrauding the government.
But what about him talking about people retiring about 2 weeks before collecting their pension and going back to work?
Yeah, but then how can that happen? What system is have in place allowing that to take place?
All right. So those are things that we're going to ask the NI ask them when they come in. All right. I'm going for a break. When we come back, we continue the discussion right here on the Street 919 FM.
Blessed Lord.
Gone by Sister Martha. Hear what she tell me. Love your neighbor like you said. Love your wife like Christ loved the church. So I tell she to bring out the turkey, and I tell she to bring out the yam. Don't forget me yam, cause you know I's a countryman. You got to get food for your soul, more than food for your body. So this Christmas give me Jesus first.
They talk, you talk, come talk with us on the Street 919 FM.
Everything you want, everything you need, got the taste you love, anywhere that you may be. It's the Caribbean flavor. Shirley biscuits make me happy.
Shirley got it all about the flavor. Shirley never let me down. When I lime it at the beach on the town, Shirley biscuits always feel like home.
Everything you want, everything you need, got the taste you love, anywhere that you may be. It's the Caribbean flavor. Shirley biscuits make me happy.
Shirley, the Caribbean's favorite biscuit.
Change is the only constant in life, and 2020 is definitely the year of changes. Eastern Credit Union is here to make life easier for you with our Seasons Change Loan campaign. Get up to 10 times your shares and have a chance to win a grand prize of $20,000 cash. And to make it even sweeter, your first full payment will be due on January 31st, 2021. Call Eastern Credit Union at 800-4328 or visit our website at www.ecunewexperience.com to apply for your Seasons Change loan today. Special conditions may apply and loans are subject to normal lending criteria. This promotion runs until December 31st, 2020 and is approved by the NLCB.
Eastern Credit Union, leading the way.
There's only one way to start your week right, and that's to reset with Dr. Livette. Join him right here on your radio every Monday morning at 9 a.m. for your dose of the health and wellness program that is sure to change your life. Dr. Livette has transformed thousands of lives over the last decade and is now live on the Street 919 FM every Monday from 9 a.m. to transform yours. Tune in to learn more about herbal blends and U-Juice for building your immunities and promoting overall great health. Dr. Livette on the Street 919 FM. This and every Monday at 9 a.m. Don't diet, live mighty, live healthy, live it.
Wednesday, 7th October, 8 p.m. Hear my cry, please don't hear my cry, cause I'm drowning in my own pain.
Streaming live on Instagram at Iwer George, Facebook Neil Iwer George, and YouTube Iwer TV. It's Iwer Stage.
Trinidad and Tobago, you are in for a treat.
A Christmas treat. This year, tune in to 919 FM
to experience a radio production event never heard of or seen before in Trinidad and Tobago.
For the next 91 days, turn on Street 919 FM for a true Trini Christmas every day.
Teaching you what a Trini Christmas is all about.
From October 1st to December 31st, enjoy daily
Christmas recipes,
Christmas greetings and blessings.
Hey, this is Uncle Crazy Boy. Merry Christmas.
Christmas stories from the greats.
And of course, Parang Soca, and homegrown Christmas classic. It's a true Trini Christmas
on the street, 91.9 FM. Crazy!
For 91 days. Don't miss a minute of it.
Come join the Street 919 FM as we celebrate this Christmas the Trini way with Parang Jam.
Every Saturday till Christmas, join us.
We start off this Saturday, 10th October, with performances
by Rembunctious,
Myron B,
You could get me to work any day on Christmas morning.
and Impulse.
I wanted to go and Parang because it's Christmas time, so I learned the Parang Kwang to be in the Parang line.
Parang Jam will be streaming live
from Iwer Stage
on the Street 919 FM's Facebook page,
Neil Iwer George Facebook page,
Iwer George IG,
Iwer TV,
and the Street on YouTube. Tune in with us and be a part of these dynamic performances
as we bring in this Christmas
the Trini way.
Parang Jam.
The Parang coming.
Enagic change your water, change your life. Enagic water purifier, one machine, 5 types of water. Enagic makes strong Kangen water with an 11.5 pH. Kangen water with 8.5 to 9.5 pH, healthy drinking and cooking water. Clean water with 7.0 pH. Beauty water for skin, hair, and plants with a 6.0 pH. Strong acid water with a 2.5 pH. This water is known to disinfect, kill viruses and bacteria. Listen to the Street 919 FM with Pastor Alkaline John every Tuesday from 11:05 a.m. to noon and every Wednesday from 8:05 p.m. to 9 p.m. as he talks to you weekly about how to improve your quality of life through purifying and drinking water. For more information, call or WhatsApp Pastor John at 516-286-7079.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy.
Wow.
Here at O'Neill Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud. Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
Every child is incredibly intelligent. Parents, reach higher. Be stronger. Join Oliver S. Clark, producer of the IBG line of educational products, right here every Thursday morning at 11:15. Get the genius out of the children. Hear how you can work with the IBG phonic program and see your children learn at least 200 times faster. Remember, IBG guarantees rapid progress for champions to turn this nation around. It's right here on 91.9 FM every Thursday morning at 11:15. For more info, call 336-3896 or 725-READ.
Get interactive with the Street 919 FM.
All day, every day. See us all live on our Facebook page.
Share and comment on our show.
Like our page.
Chat with our live on-air announcers.
The Street 919's Facebook page.
Live and interactive all day, every day. The Street 919 FM.
Come talk with us.
This is Wayne Delamore, Head Consultant and Director of Natural Health Solution. With over 15 years of experience in clinical nutrition and microscopy, we specialize in early detection and prevention. We incorporate evidence-based nutrition and science-driven analysis. Tune in to our educational program every Wednesday at 9:05 to 9:55 a.m. right here on the street 91.9 FM. For appointments, call 222-2189 or 304-5816. At Natural Health Solutions, we offer a natural solution to healthy living.
Talk your talk, but we know talk. Come talk with us. The Street 919 FM.
Blow my sons. Tell them again. Oh God. Last year I eat black kids.
It's Christmas time again, Are you ready? Well, are you ready? Let me go. Hey, what you say? Boom! This Christmas time again, act like you know that. We parang it's on the rain, act like you know
celebration. This year go be good, this year go be nice, this year go be paradise. It's Jesus' birthday, time to celebrate. Thank you, Father, your son we appreciate. This is the time we acknowledge the newborn King. Praise him for all that you've done, the ties we bring, yeah. I wanna spend time with my family, yeah. I don't like it for everybody. This year the old black man's not coming out just to celebrate. Who bring in food? Don't forget my black day. It's Christmas time again, act like you know that. We barang it on the red, act like you know that. Celery give, celery love, celery care, celery share. This year go be good, this year go be nice, this year go be paradise. It's Christmas time again, act like you know that. We barang it on the red, act like you know that. Celery give, celery love, celery care, celery share. This year go be good, this year go be nice, this year go be paradise. If you share with me, then I go share with you. And if you show me love, baby, I go show you love too. Because Christmas is about unity. So friends and family, give your praise and be happy. This is the time that we reflect on the last year. Be thankful for what we achieved, prepare for the next year. This is the time when we celebrate. Have a good time, relax your mind, because it's Christmas time again. Act like you know that. We barang it on the red, act like you know that. Celery give, celery love, celery care, celery share. This year go be good, this year go be nice, this year go be paradise. It's Christmas time again, act like you know that. We barang it on the red, act like you know that. Celery give, celery love, celery care, celery share. This year go be good, this year go be nice, this year go be paradise. So let us learn to respect one another. Let us live in love and forgive each other. Cause yeah. Jesus Christ came and died for all of us. He forgive you and me, yeah. Blood to set us free. Know that we have salvation and redemption, yeah. So let us celebrate. Praise God cause He's great. Come children, come along, sing this song. Come children, and praise God all day long. Yeah. It's Christmas time again, act like you know that. We barang it on the red, act like you know that. Celery give, celery love, celery care, celery share. This year go be good, this year go be nice, this year go be paradise. It's Christmas time again, act like you know that. We barang it on the red, act like you know that. Celery give, celery love, celery care, celery share. This year go be good, this year go be nice, this year go be paradise.
Hey, where's the rhythm? We ain't don't do it, boy.
Yeah, boy, fellas, my waist not boy.
That's something real good, boy.
I feel like don't mind me to start now. So Lego down, Lego.
Bring my quattro. I go like shot, yeah.
Bring my bottle and spoon, I go.
Alright, Lego.
Wake up Christmas morning, Jesus on my mind. Some people just cutting, having a good time. I just want to praise my King, lift His name on high. He's the reason for the season, for us to game and die. I tell you, this season so nice. Oh yeah. Serving Jesus so nice. Serving Him so nice. This season so nice. Oh yes, and I love it. Serving Jesus so nice. Look at decorations, lights brighten up the sky. But it will be better if we're children of the light. Plenty to eat and drink, barang make me dance. I really cannot explain, I'll tell you again, I'll tell you. This season so nice. Nice. Yeah. ginger beer and pork, sorrel, cake and homemade wine. Smiling faces everywhere, bringing gifts to share. Something special about this time, keep it through the year, I tell you. These seasons so nice. Ay, 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 ay. Serving Jesus so nice. I love it, I love it, I love it, yeah. Serving Jesus so nice. Wake up Christmas morning, Jesus on my mind. Some people just resting, having a good time. I just want to praise the King, lift His name on high. Here's the reason for the season of singing my dance. It's because Jesus so nice. Oh, it's Christmas time. Yes, it's Christmas time. Angel appeared to Mary, she was told she'd have a baby. Oh, it's Christmas time. Yes, it's Christmas time. Shepherds heard the angels say, peace on earth to good to men. Oh, it's Christmas time. Yes, it's Christmas time. Wise men came from the east with myrrh and gold and frankincense. Oh, it's Christmas time. Yes, it's Christmas time. I do have my gift to bring and worship Jesus, the Prince and King. Oh, it's Christmas time. Yes, it's Christmas time. Oh, we celebrate. Let us appreciate. Jesus is King of Kings. Come, let us worship Him. Celebrate, 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 celebrate. Take up your bottle and spoon. Praise Him morning, night and noon. Clap your hands, stamp your feet. Come on and praise Him in the street. Clap your hands, stamp your feet. Come on and praise Him in the street. Oh, make a joyful noise. Make a joyful noise. Oh, it's Christmas time. Yes, it's Christmas time. Oh, it's Christmas time. Yes, it's Christmas time. Oh, it's Christmas time. Yes, it's Christmas time.
what's up, Emikale? You know, many times we hear about Merry Christmas.
All right, so I'm back at you, Trinidad and Tobago, and as I said to you before, this evening on Iwer stage, we have the worship night, and we have artists like Jazzy and Fahrenheit coming through. You need to be a part of it. Log on to YouTube, log on to Facebook, log on to Iwer George, Neil Iwer George Facebook page, log on to our Street 919 FM Facebook page. Also, you can log on to Neil Iwer George on Instagram. So be a part of it, and make sure you make your donations that will help, you know, the local gospel artists as they go through this time. All right, remember this is sponsored by Tuco, taking care of business through music, and you have Pantrin Bago and You Store, Lady Hills Avenue, San Fernando. Be a part of it this evening. You can't afford to miss it. Be a part of Iwer stage. All right? Be a part of it.
Rejected from the inn, found yourself surrounded by strangers.
So I want to go back to the phone line. So we were talking about, I want to hear your views on the foreign car dealers. The foreign car dealers are saying that if what the minister is proposing does come to pass, they're saying that here what? We can see foreclosure. We're gonna close. Our business will close. My question to you is: do you believe that? Do you think that is true? All right. And also we're talking about the port. All right. We're talking about the port, and we're talking about port workers. The union is saying that they can see close to 1,300 workers going home. All right. So I don't know if you also agree with that. So you can call me now, share with me your views. 342-0081, 771-1791, 466-5391. Really interesting. All right, remember I'm just sitting in for Miss Davy this afternoon. You're going to hear her beautiful voice tomorrow. So be a part of her program tomorrow at 2 p.m. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon again, Pastor Kuku.
Yes, sir.
Yes, as you were saying, you're bringing in the lady to talk about the NIV. I think what we have to do we have to bring in somebody who is dealing with finance in the financial department in the NIS. Because the thing is, we have to know they're taking out the contribution. Where they're doing it with money.
Yeah, well, when they come in, they would deal with all of that. They would deal with all of that. They wouldn't just come and say, well, we got to talk about that because we're not in the financial department of the NIB. They will come in and they're going to answer all the relevant questions.
Okay, because the thing is all like the small man, we paying to get a little pension that the NRE, for retirement age, but also the big boys them up there. It has big boys up there who, when they come in and they have a pension too, they just have a pension coming in too, and they join the government salary too.
All right, I hear you, caller. Thanks very much.
Okay.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
Honestly, Baba needs to give us some more stats on how much people is employed under the used car, because look at the used car business that you see, this family, family run is like mother, father, son, daughter, if they run that, and it's small. I mean, the government is telling you that the revenue that we are earning has dropped.
Yeah.
Right, because we have like the ammonia plant and those kind of things. Certain plants then had to be shut down in Point Lisa. And some of them is just on go slow because of the world crisis. I was telling Sharon one morning was that the government is the largest earner of foreign exchange in this country, followed by the private sector. And if you're spending more of the US dollar than you're earning, we are in for some problem, because outside of Tobago, when you hit Grenada, The TT dollar really don't count. People really don't want to have trade and battle with that. The EC dollars and the US currency is the two main currency that is used throughout the Caribbean. And then if you have to go beyond the Caribbean into like South America and Europe and those places, it's US dollars that most you go with.
You will be surprised that in Europe, in the UK, when you go into duty free, them don't want the US, you know.
On the US, they don't
No, I'm telling you, they don't want the US dollars. You know, sometimes you think, well, most of the prices of the cologne or whatever you might see there that you might like, you might think, well, okay, I could buy it and have a little US and spend it.
Yeah.
Them don't want that. I'm telling you.
That.
No, I'm telling you, it's either they give them the pound or you give them a euro.
Yeah, because that's why I want to ask Baba if he can give me the stats, because really and truly the government have to start cutting curves and to prevent for people from going more local. You're looking at the foreign use market. We flooded with foreign use cars in Trinidad and Tobago. We flooded. Look at the kind of traffic. Look at the roads have been modified and new roads built and it's still that traffic. Each home now have more than one car. So it's not that there's a problem with transportation and motor vehicles in the country. We have a lot. So right now we can prune it, and it's not that the government saying that is cast in stone that they're saying here, but and even though what it just did was just increase the tariff, your duty, motor vehicle tax, and VAT. You had to pay the VAT, you had to pay the motor vehicle tax, anything like that. So you could still bring in your foreign car. So just get a little more expensive. So I can understand the argument. And then with the port now, one would have thought that the union would have been the first to jostle the government to take control of the port. I will tell you why. Customs, immigration, and the port police will be still run by the government, and the government will be the landlord. If you are the union, you supply the workers, you already have the workers in them there. The workers already know what to do on the port, however, and things. So go love the government for that now. But everything is always a negative. But you know what? That particular union, Seamen and Waterfront, they didn't have a contract to clean the fast ferries, the vessels.
Of course.
And I was asking myself, why did the president choose to make that for his personal contract and not the union? What did he, and then again, there was a big hullabaloo, and some lady came to the station here and to talk about she wasn't treated right by the same union who fight for workers and them things. So the way the union run the business, the unions are very important for workers, but the way we have some of the representatives running business for the thing, I mean, they need to change the way they do things. They cannot continue doing things the same. And with the gas station, I remember growing up as a little boy, my father used to go and put $1 regular in a gas station to the end of Piccadilly Street and South Key. Opposite was Eastern Foundry. I think that was a BP gas station. All the gas stations and them within a certain time was owned by the Europeans and them Shell, BP, all of them that own them gas stations.
And they still own them, and some of them, and let me just tell you, and they still own them in Europe.
Well, right, and the NP gas stations that we have here, most of them is run by the private sector, people private, but the government control the gas and NP down and thing. They tell them what they put on the system. They have one system for the NP gas station, so like the little bread and snacks and all the drinks and those things must be on the system in NP in Port of Spain. And all the NP gas stations and them, they have Mover, you have the one in Sala Road, they have the one on Richmond Street, they have the NP control that. What the government is doing now, hand it over to the people and them. Most of these people and them will take it over. Give it to them, let them run it. Let this be called the price of gas, because they had a big argument this year about the government and they want to increase in the percentage of gas that they have there. Okay. Well, the government saying here what? You buy the gas because the government is buying the gas, subsidizing it, right? So they buy the gas at, they say they buy the gas at $3. They're selling it back to us at $2.50. So they're losing. They're buying gas to lose. So that guaranteed to loss all the time. So when the government remove the subsidy on it, it's not that the government raising the gas. It's that you now have to pay for your gas. But people don't see it that way. When I went to Jamaica, and we moving around. We used to see people rushing to certain gas stations. You know why? Because they were selling gas about 2 cents cheaper than the other gas stations. So they rush into those gas stations and those things. And when you watch how much gas in a Suzuki Grand Vitara, you pay $2,300 Jamaican dollars a fully tank, and I was getting kicked off for that. You know, and because we talk about how we gas in Trinidad is cheap. But if the world is in a crisis, we catching we tail right now because we're not earning enough U.S. currency to run things, to make sure that we have proper health care and to run these certain social programs and those things. The government has to do something. We'll do it until we get better, and then the government, when we out of this thing and stop running deficit budgets and we have plenty money in our account here now, they could probably give people little things and make sure that they run right down to the poor people to move. Hence the reason why when they adjusted the budget, they raised the threshold now from things. So if you earn it on I think it's about $7,000 or something, so you don't pay tax. So people who be just right or wrong that they will still go with some money in the pocket in these hard government times. I expected worse. I expected a lot of things to just skyrocketed because the government needs to get revenue to continue running the country. And the next thing too, they're talking about the opposition leader talking about the airport in Tobago. Pastor Google. So what? Don't build the airport now. So when we come out of that COVID thing there and people decide and they can travel and move now, some people so frustrated and fed up by the COVID and everything that they want to travel now. Where they go travel to? And come to it, still come to Trinidad to go back to Tobago and still go through that old beat up thing. Prepared from now. So when we got the COVID and people could travel now, tourism could come to Tobago and Tobagonians could make money off of these foreign tourists from Europe and those other places. I mean, it's common sense. We go wait. Don't do it now, but wait until then things get better and then do the airport. Do the airport now because Tobago depends on tourism. That is the first thing of Tobago that make the money off us. Tobago, though, there are no place in Tobago that drill for oil. Tobago have no set of manufacturing companies in Tobago that manufactures and export. How they get their money? It's through tourism, and it helps Trinidad and Tobago. So spend your money, build the airport now, because we will never be in this COVID forever. Things will change, people will travel again, and we want people to come to Tobago. Thank you very much, Pastor Good.
Thank you very much for your contribution. So we're hearing different views, we're hearing different take on it. If you want to get your views in, just call me on 342-0081, 771-1791, 466-5391. And people sending me messages also on Facebook. Pastor Google, I think they should privatize the port. My son have to collect a box reach on the 3rd of last month, and up to this morning, I call and they telling us that that it happened to. Wow. A lot of people go through that. What you're talking about there. We should ask the car dealers. Okay, we should ask the car dealership who claim 10,000 going home. All right, so let me take some more of your calls. All right, on 342-0081. Caller, you can call me back and let me take this call. Hello, good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Pastor Google is still on the topic with the NIS?
Yeah, you could talk about it.
All right, let me tell you this. I started to work in the public service. I'm a retired public servant. I started to work in the public service 1971, July of 1971. I left the public service at April pre-retirement of 2014. My contribution to NIS was nearly 2,000 contributions, and all I am getting is $3,000. Yeah, all I am getting is $3,000, and I paid right. I told you I started 71, never had service broken, worked from 1971 to 2014, 43 years, Ministry of Legal Affairs. from the Red House to South Key.
So what did
And
they tell
all
you?
I am getting is $3,000.
And what did they tell you was the reason for that?
Well, they didn't say anything. They say when I submitted my documents, they say that the pension that you would be entitled to is $3,000, and I didn't make any fuss. But my contributions was nearly 2,000 contributions from the inception until 2014, when I left the service. 6 years ago, I left the service.
Wow. All right, I'm gonna bring them in. I'm gonna try my best. I can't say I'm gonna try my best to bring them in so that they can answer questions like that you have.
All right, thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you very much for calling. Wow, some of these horror stories, boy. Some of these horror stories, wow. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, Pastor Guru. Hear me, Pastor?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, right. You know what? Just want to throw something out there. Now, listen to me. Sometimes, I understand the whole issue of the vehicles on the road and that we have a lot of vehicles on the road, right? But as I Google, if our transport system in our country is just not attractive, safe, reliable, and accessible, it's so much so that any young person who now gets a job, Pastor Google, you now get a job, let me tell you the first thing on their mind, not a house. They will quicker look to rent, not a house. They're looking to get a little car, even if it's a used one. They're looking for the cheapest one. They're just trying to get something. It has cars where you're paying $1,000 a month for the car installment, right, with a little small down payment. That is what people want because you can't get transport. When you go on transport, people are abusing you, harassing you. It is unsafe. When you're trying to get transport to go home certain time, it's unreliable. You have to take all kind of weird taxis. It is just difficult in transport. So everybody, not everybody, but the majority of people in Trinidad and Tobago, if you ask them, everybody trying to get their own vehicle, one big reason is because public transport is so much a terrible alternative. That's what you want to do, right? So, and these people who make these laws and things, yes, these ministers and they're business organized, If gas price double tomorrow, they can pay for that, right? If the car price double tomorrow, they can get that. That is it's not going to impact them like how it's going to impact me. You understand? So I know what I think the government needs to do is not before, but while they're looking to crack down on vehicles and the foreign use and all of that, which is affecting the normal man who doing it because of the alternative is poor, why isn't there the same effort placed to ensure that public transport is up to standard? We have been to places, somebody called about traveling just now, and I'm going to finish with that. Traveling, and you go out there, and yes, they have problems too, but there's a beauty. Sometimes you want to take the public transport because it's so much easier. It's accessible, it's reliable, it's cheap, and the service is good. And a lot of people will do that if there's some fixture made to public transportation. I wish they would make the same impact and effort in public transportation, Pastor Google. I'll do that one.
Well, I wanted to discuss something with you, but I use public transport. I use the coach from time to time. I also use the water taxi. And for me, the water taxi is very reliable. The coach leaves every half an hour. I think they want to improve it now to every 15 minutes, where the coach would leave from San Fernando to Port of Spain. And I think they also now recommending that they do a port in Point Fortin, so that you can get the water taxi from Point Fortin to San Fernando and from San Fernando to Port of Spain. And I heard in the budget where the minister would have spoke about how much buses that they had purchased, and I think it's because of the COVID, the buses hasn't reached to Trinidad as yet. And I understand what you're talking about, where we have we have to improve on our public service transport. But I wouldn't say that it is totally shut down or unreliable. As I said, I use the public service transport to come to work. No more than ever, where the taxi fare has gone up to $22. You understand? Where the taxi fare has gone up to $22. I no more than ever use the public transport.
Well, you have right, and maybe for your particular circumstance, for example, that bus works out for your circumstance. But when you're looking at the cost of the car, it is sometimes cheaper to pay the installment and the gas and the little maintenance. Work with that. You might pay a little extra every month, but you have the convenience because those big buses and they take you from a big point A to point B. But the after that now, when you reach the city center, it's to get home. You still need to wait on a particular. I think that is the big problem. Not the major one with. I mean, you jump on the bus route, generally you will get transport, right? And it most likely will be okay safety wise. But after that big, when you get to your city center, when you reach Arima, Shogona, Sando, and you have to take a taxi to go where you're going or wait on a Pika, I think that is where the challenges come in, and that does impact people so much. Where I don't think public transport could really regulate too much. That might be part of the problem. But they do. If they're doing what they could do with the big bucks, no problem.
Yeah, I'm seeing where someone said that I take a bus from Edinburgh 500 to Port of Spain and I pay $4.
Right. So that's the big and that is the big right. So the big city center, big main transport, fine. That is improving. Yeah. But otherwise, pressure.
So what they can do is that as they tighten up on the all right, thanks caller, as they tighten up on the main transport, like from city to city, Port of Spain to San Fernando, town to the city, the rural areas they can work on to tighten up on public transport. All right, let me take this call. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor.
Good afternoon, sir.
You're still talking about the national insurance, right?
Yeah, you can go. We could wait it.
2 years and a half now I'm waiting until get my.
So wait now. So you currently you are one of the disgruntled persons with NIS, and people are listen how life is. It's like somebody living in a bad house, right? Went through all kind of thing in that house because you said you waited 2 years now. And 2.5 years you waiting, and then people want to come in that house with you too, because they vex when the government, when the minister is saying here what, we want to recommend 65 years. People say no, 65 years they're talking about. I want my money at fixed at 60, and there are people who pass 60, you 62, and you will get your money yet.
Yeah. And I pay all my contributions.
And you pay all your contributions.
Yeah.
You see how life is? So I don't even know what to say.
Every time I go to them, they tell them all kind of things. All kind of, I don't understand what it is.
Wow.
2018, the 7th of July, 7th of April, 2018, and now I'm still
eating. Wow, I hear you, caller. I hear you. Thanks for calling, and I hope that when they come, when they do take up the invitation, that you get a chance to call in, and they answer you.
I will, yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Iwer Stage this Wednesday, today, the 7th of October. With this young man, Jazzy, Fahrenheit. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Oi, good afternoon. How are you?
Peace and blessings.
Same to you.
I'm listening to your program here. And the transportation business. Pastor Google, I don't know if you remember, it had a time we had buses, small buses going into areas and things at one time.
Yeah, and they were painted in yellow.
Different areas had different colors. And what used to take place, Pastor Google? The buses used to come and park up, and people take taxi or wherever and go their way. And the bus and then park up there. Till it reach that time that they take all the service, because the people cannot get cars to go into the buses because they used to call it mini buses to go into certain areas to drop, especially the elders and all these kind of things. People cannot come out their house and get a bus to go wherever they want to go at that time and more. You see, it's a kind of problematic way to please people in Pastor Google, especially Trinidad and Trinidad. Because when you put things in place, it's a problem. You put things in place, it's another problem. How to deal with the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago when the time comes.
We're going for a break, Uncle Stillin. We'll come back.
Brother, peace and blessings. You take care.
Talk your talk, but we know talk. Come talk with us. The Street
919 FM.
Na 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 na. Yeah. La Trinity, we come to thee. You are our namesake. You will never forsake. You said if we as your people turn from our way, then you will heal it. Forgive our sins. Hear our prayer as we all join in. Say we will stand. We will win. We will rise as the Lord comes in. God, this is we all. Welcome to the island, and this is we own. We own, until we get to heaven. Gather round and praise Him. Every creed and race, everyone, we go dance like David. Lift your hand in praise to the sun. How can you not praise Him? After all the things that He's done in this blessed nation. This is our blessed nation. Red, black, and white. Now is the time to fight for our nation. Yeah. Lift up your eyes, let hope arise. We believe that God will heal our land, forgive our sins, hear our prayer as we all join in. Say we will stand, we will win, we will rise as the Lord comes in. 'Cause this is we all. Welcome to the island, and this is we own. We own, until we get to heaven. Gather round and praise Him. Every creed and race, everyone.
All right, so I'm back with you.
Lift your hand and praise to the sun. How can you not?
Someone is saying on Facebook, most Trinidadians just like comfort. So that's why they prefer driving to and from work. The public transport system has improved a lot from years ago. Most of the elderly use it, which is a fact. I agree with you, Pastor Google. The NIS pay for the 10,000 workers who the car. Oh gosh, hey, we sweet too bad as a nation, and you're right. We sweet. We might get diabetes the way we sweet. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Caller. Hello? All right, you're not there. Call me back, caller. All right, so continue to take your call straight up until 4 o'clock. And after 4, Miss Aisha Wells, after the headline news with Precious, we have Miss Aisha Wells, who's going to be with you. Let me see if this caller is ready. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Pastor Go.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, nah. Let me tell you something. Our transportation system in Trinidad and Tobago, it ain't all that bad. We have a fair good transportation system in Trinidad. It needs work to be done on it to fix it. It can be more efficient, right? Hence the reason why Patrick Manning was doing the feasible study to run the rapid rail.
Yeah.
Now, if he had continued that with Vision 2020, we'd have a rapid rail to move people faster from point A to point B. But then they talk about the rural area. The gentleman who talk about the yellow buses, and he brought back that clean forget about them thing. That used to be a wrong, and that was the real buses. That used to run Blantyshires and them area and thing long time. But now we seen the new buses and them running Blantyshires. Them buses and them that reach up Blantyshires and come back down the road real quick. I telling you that. Also, Pastor Google, we could give the foreign news market a little rest with some of the cars we import. We're importing a little too much. Get imported, and that's the reason why the government didn't stop nobody from importing anything. It just, and as I said before, they increased the motor vehicle taxes increase, the VAT and the duty increase, so you'll pay more for a foreign use car. At one time, I remember they reading the budget and they was talking about the Japanese using Trinidad and Tobago and other countries like Trinidad and Tobago as dumping ground to get rid of the car, because it was said that the authorities in Japan used to turn a blind eye to them kind of cars and them that they ship to Trinidad to use here. And then talking about that now, Pastor Google, the gentleman spoke about, in other words, he was talking about relating to making it difficult for a young person to get a motor car, right? And how hard it is. But I could tell you, Almira would worth around what? $35,000-$40,000 if it's real good. According if it's a small light and it will beat up or whatever, you could still manage to get $20,000 for that, right? But you'll have a youth man with an Almira straight up. So let me say that Almira is about $35,000 and he has $25,000 in music. Plus he running rims and tires and something that worth about another $5,000, right? That is more fashion statement to them, That is not something that they need to go to work and reach work on time on those things. They will spend their whole savings and life savings and everything on that motor car. So it is not the need for transportation and for somebody to have a car is not as how some people putting it to be. We have enough vehicles registered in the country to go around. So it can increase that to help your foreign exchange. Because here what you do, it will cause people now to think about, well, you see me, I go pay and the man bringing a car for me, right? The man tell me go $80,000, I go to pay the difference and bring in a car. Now you will see a good car, very good condition, local, registered, everything, which will cost him half the price, right? He won't buy that. If you can buy that one. That one come with mileage on it and all kind of problems with it is coming with too, because probably when he get, he can't start to run it and can't start to get the work here, it had to go on service. Other than you buy one that a man have here and have it working very good for you, so you could at least drive that for 6 months without even servicing it. Your first service will come with to change your oil, check your brakes, check this, check that, and check that. And of course, you're still cheaper than when you bring in the next one. So people have to start thinking about conserving your little money and saving it, because we are in hard times. You know you have to save it. I was going to say save it for the hard times, but here we're in the hard times. Save your little money now. You got cars in Trinidad, people selling all kind of car. You get a car to buy it in because the government increased the taxes and they go around saying that the government stopped the importation of foreign use car. No, they didn't do that. They increased the taxes. You pay more for your foreign use car. But here, what you're going to buy the foreign use, it have plenty local cars here. Baba say it will kill the used car trade. No, it wouldn't. These same fellas and them just come and buy their car, go around and buy car, fix them and sell them back again. They still go make money. It's an no sort of thing there. It's just misleading people.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Let hope arise. We believe that God will heal our land. Forgive our sins. Hear us.
Hello, good afternoon, caller. Hello. Okay, caller, you're not there. All right, so I'll begin to make my way out of the studio of the Street 99 FM. Just reminding you, at 8 p.m. this evening, worship on Iwer stage with Jazzy and Fahrenheit.
Until we get to heaven, gather round and praise Him. Every creed and race, everyone, we go dance like David. Lift your hand and praise to the Son. How could you not praise Him after all the things that He's done?